Welcome back to Car Auto Tune-Up, where we bring you full throttle reviews of the world's most exciting machines. And today we've got a monster on our hands. Say hello to the 2026 Dodge Durango Hellcat. This isn't just an SUV, it's a muscle car disguised as a family hauler, and Dodge has brought it back with even more bite than before. Stick around as we walk you through every angle literally of this beast, the looks, the cockpit, the performance, and whether it's worth the premium price tag Dodge is asking. Let's start with that jaw-dropping exterior. First glance, you know this isn't your average SUV. The front end hits hard with an aggressive, wide-open grille flanked by sharper LED headlights than never before. Dodge has refined the front fascia, giving it a bolder, more aerodynamic look. You'll notice the functional air intakes on the hood. Yes, they're not just for show. That center scoop feeds cold air directly into the supercharged 6.2-liter HEMI V8. The LED fog lights tucked low in the bumper complete the sinister front profile. Now shifting to the side, you get the full appreciation of the Durango's muscular stance. The 2026 model sits a touch lower than its predecessor and wears new 20-inch lightweight forged wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 all-season rubber. Dodge has reshaped the wheel arches, giving it a cleaner, more aerodynamic silhouette without sacrificing any of that muscle-bound presence. Blacked-out trim around the windows and mirrors gives a sleek, stealthy aesthetic. And with Hellcat badging right on the fender, no one's mistaking this for a basic grocery getter. Swing around to the rear, and things get even more intense. Dodge has updated the taillight design, still full width, still unmistakably Durango, but with sharper LED outlines and animated turn signals. A new rear spoiler sits above the liftgate, giving it better high-speed stability. Below, you'll find an aggressive diffuser and a dual exhaust setup that growls like thunder every time you tap the throttle. Trust me, when this thing starts up in your driveway, the neighbors will know. Step inside, and Dodge has gone above and beyond to elevate the cabin experience. The interior feels far more refined than previous generations, yet still raw enough to remind you you're in a performance vehicle. Leather and suede dominate the seats, with contrast red stitching and optional Laguna leather available for those who want a little extra luxury with their horsepower. The Hellcat logo is stitched into the headrests, just in case you forget what you're sitting in. The new 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster is fully customizable, giving you real-time performance data, boost pressure, G-forces, lap time right at your fingertips. Front and center on the dash is a massive 13.1-inch Uconnect 6 touchscreen that controls everything from your launch control settings to wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The screen is fluid, intuitive, and finally feels like it belongs in a modern performance SUV. Below it, physical climate knobs remain, a nod to practicality that gearheads will appreciate. The second row gets captain's chairs, and rear passengers have access to their own climate controls, USB-C ports, and optional seat heating. Even the third row has decent legroom, although with this much horsepower under the hood, we doubt it'll be used for carpooling often. The cargo space behind the third row is usable, and fold everything down, and you've got a surprisingly practical SUV if you can resist turning every trip to the grocery store into a drag race. Under the hood, but let's talk performance, because really, that's why you're here. The 2026 Durango Hellcat is once again powered by the legendary 6.2-liter supercharged HEMI V8, but this year, Dodge has dialed it up even further. Output has been bumped to 735 horsepower and 650 pounds-feet of torque, thanks to a recalibrated supercharger and improved engine cooling. It rockets from 0 to 60 in just 3.4 seconds. That's quicker than a Porsche Cayenne Turbo and just a hair slower than a Lamborghini Urus. Power is sent through an 8-speed automatic transmission, and Dodge has updated the torque vectoring all-wheel drive system for better grip in high-performance situations. Even with all that power, the Durango Hellcat feels surprisingly composed. Adaptive suspension adjusts in real time, soaking up bumps during daily driving but tightening up during spirited runs. Brembo brakes come standard, a 6-piston in the front to bring this 2.5-ton missile to a halt with confidence. And yes, the supercharger whine is still there. Every time you dip into the throttle, you're rewarded with that unmistakable mechanical scream followed by a booming exhaust note that'll make your spine tingle. If you're looking for subtlety, this is not your vehicle. Fuel economy? Well, let's not kid ourselves. It's rated at around 12 mpg city and 17 mpg highway. But if you're shopping for a 700+ horsepower SUV, efficiency probably isn't at the top of your list. This is about emotion, power, and presencia, and in those categories, the Durango Hellcat delivers in spades. So what's the damage to your wallet? The 2026 Dodge Durango Hellcat starts at $94,000, fully loaded with optional tech, premium interior packages, and performance add-ons. You're looking at just under $105,000. It's a hefty price tag, but when you consider that you're getting performance on par with exotic SUVs costing twice as much, it starts to look like a bit of a bargain. Plus, Dodge is rumored to be limiting production again, so exclusivity is part of the appeal. At the end of the day, the 2026 Durango Hellcat is everything we've come to expect from Dodge's performance lineup: a raw, unapologetic power packed into a surprisingly usable platform. It's a family SUV that refuses to behave like one. It's a muscle car that thinks it's a truck, and it's one of the last remaining gas-powered hellions in a world quickly going hybrid and electric. Thanks for watching Car Auto Tune-Up. If you enjoyed this deep dive on the 2026 Durango Hellcat, give us a like, drop a comment, and let us know if you'd pick this over something like the BMW X5M or the Jeep Trackhawk. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We've got more reviews, test drives, and raw power coming your way every week. Until next time, keep your wheels spinning and your engine roaring. Catch you on the next ride.